Hello world, I'm Leon Jones. Tonight on NewsXstreem, the digital battlefield is heating up. With a blanket 10% tariff imposed by the US and a ticking 90-day window for negotiation, the European Union is gearing up to retaliate. But this time, the battleground isn't steel, soybeans or cars, it's Silicon Valley. Could the EU really take on big tech? Or will it end up harming its own digital future? Let's break it all down. The US has imposed a 10% blanket tariff on EU imports, pausing further escalation for 90 days. The EU hopes for compromise, but is preparing to target US tech giants like Meta, Apple, Google and Amazon if talks collapse. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen declared Europe a rich and essential market for US tech and warned no company wants to lose access. The EU is using its Digital Services Act, DSA, and Digital Markets Act, DMA, to investigate big tech's dominance and compliance. Probes are advancing against Apple and Meta under the DMA. X, formerly Twitter, is also under fire for spreading illegal content and using dark patterns. Elon Musk, who advises Trump, could even face personal liability. Critics in the Trump administration, like Peter Navarro, accuse the EU of lawfare, weaponizing regulation against US firms. Yet the EU insists no concessions on tech rules will be made during trade negotiations. Even Starlink, Musk's satellite network, is caught in the storm. While crucial for Ukraine's internet connectivity, several EU nations now seek to reduce reliance on Starlink, fearing strategic vulnerability. The EU is investing in its own IRIS-2 satellite project and turning to Eutelsat as an alternative, but those systems are years away. Brendan Carr of the US FCC warned that Europe is being pulled between American and Chinese tech giants, and it may be time to choose a side. France and Germany are leading the call for a digital tax on US firms. Proposed taxes would target advertising revenues and data collection, the so-called black gold of the AI age. The EU also has a nuclear option, revoking licenses or intellectual property rights under its anti-coercion tool. This strategy carries risks. Any retaliation could inflict economic blowback, highlight just how dependent Europe is on American cloud services, chips and platforms. Despite years of talk, Europe remains dependent on US tech. It holds just 10% of the global chip market, whose cloud infrastructure is still US-owned. The goal of digital sovereignty remains more vision than reality. 9+ countries, including the Netherlands, Sweden and Ireland, recently called for a stronger EU tech ecosystem. No unified path has emerged. Even Dutch officials admitted they are only beginning to reduce reliance by developing sovereign cloud systems and limiting undesirable dependencies. The EU may be ready to strike. The cost of retaliating against US big tech could be higher than it appears. Elon Musk advising President Trump, American tech executives sitting front row at his second inauguration. The line between political power and digital infrastructure has never been thinner. Europe take a stand without cutting off its own digital lifeline. The 90-day clock ticks down. The world is watching not just for a trade deal, but for the future of global tech governance. Stay tuned as NewsXstream continues to track this high-stakes digital duel. I'm Leon Jones. Thanks for watching.